Our chats. Oh my god, hello, my name is Donna Kingsford, Chief Big Dreams Genie of the internet we've never met. I'm so excited to meet you. I've literally made it my business to help you guys achieve your big dreams online and in real life. And I do that by business is our vehicle and our vessel for our big dreams. And so I'm always coming to business or my big dreams from a place of my business is the vehicle and the vessel. And so with my clients, they have big dreams, they've got businesses, they're doing their life's work for a living, they love what they do. And my job is to help us with the marketing and the branding and the sales and the mindset and the getting over all of the things and all of the obstacles in your business and your life that stop you from achieving your big dreams through your business. So survive. Anyway, my recent bandwagon has been around PR. So I don't know if you've seen. PS, by the way, if you're on the after party, hashtag after party. And if you're live with me, hashtag live vibes. And let's vibe this out because you manifest everything that I say while I'm live. And a lot of the times, it's exactly what you need at the exact right time because I've been around online for a long time. And so some of the things that one little thing that I slip out is like everything, and it'll like change the way that you're thinking about things. It'll change the way that you're showing up, and things can shift. And so I would love you to set your intention if you're coming to the after party, but if you're here live, I would love you to set your intention. Hello, Miss Lauren. I would love you to set your intention for this live stream around PR because it's the missing link to everyone that's not popping that should be popping. If you are not popping and you should be popping, and you're probably popping little pop, it might be little bubbles. It might be like little bubbles, but you know that it should be like firecracker, like fireworks should be going off with the level of epicness that you speak on and you say, and your like in your business, the expertise, the experience, the embodiment, the enthusiasm you have for your craft. It should be going bananas. It should be going, there should be buzz and hype, and things should be going bananas on the internet around the things that you speak on and say and how life-changing it is. And if that's not happening and you have nailed the branding and you've nailed and you're selling, you're doing like you're launching, you're selling, you're doing the marketing, and you're doing all the things that you should be doing, but it doesn't feel like your business is awake. It doesn't feel like it's like maybe awake, but not like fireworks. That's the only way that I can explain it right now. Okay, so set your intention. My intention is for you to figure out that, oh my God, I think PR might be the missing link. I want you to realize why hasn't PR been a part of the conversation online for so long? Like, why are we only talking about branding, sales, and marketing? Why has PR not had the, what's the word for it? Like, spotlight on it. Please bring on the fireworks. Yes. So set your intention down below. If you want to have fireworks going off in your business right now and you want to feel like, you know, who has experience like, oh, when your phone falls. I want you guys, my intention is like you are like mind blown and this is the missing link and you're like, oh my God, where has PR been my whole life? What have I been doing? No wonder it is not at the level that my business should be because of my experience and my expertise. So this is the thing. Because when you are world class, when you're really good at what you do, a lot of the times you're way too low key about it. But then you do the branding and you do the sales and you do that stuff, but it's not the thing that you need to be doing. You're doing the wrong things in the wrong order, and we got to stop that like right this second. Okay. Set your intention and you will manifest everything that you need to manifest me saying today so that you can really stick a firecracker in your business's butt and get it going. Bring on the fireworks. Okay, let's bring it on. Set the tension down below. Why is that beeping at me? Stop beeping at me. I really don't want you to be beeping at me. Why is it beeping at me? Love that quote. Always been fascinated by PR and feeling it's not available to me as a small business owner. Oh my God, this is so good. Anna, this is going to blow your freaking mind. And P.S. I love the quote too. Let's just do a gauge in the room. Who is familiar with PR? Who knows what PR even is? And let me tell you, I would say if I look back at the last 10 years, my key to success is a lot of people think it's branding, but it's actually PR, and I very much know it's PR. But I have always called it not called it branding, but I've always focused on branding because it's more generally understood. But I think that I'm in a business position now. I'm in more of a position now to bring forth PR and represent it and represent PR and let you know how it is, how to do it, how to use PR to be like, every time you see somebody pop off out of freaking nowhere and you're like, what the hell is happening? I tell you 100% of the time, 100% of the time is PR. 100% of the time, 100%. I'm not even like, it's 100%. And so I think up until now, for the last 10 years, I come to the internet with things that are generally understood. So branding and sales. I come with things that are understood, that you guys, that are understood concepts. And even though I know there's something different going on beneath the surface of what that concept is actually doing, I put it into containers that are easily understood. But I think in my position with my business now, it's time for me to like lift the lid. Right? Lift the lid if you're like keen for lift the lid. I focus on branding and feel like I haven't been utilizing PR at all. Literally. So this will feel like, I call this the dead floppy fish vibe. So put the fish emojis if you're feeling that. So dead floppy fish is like when you are doing everything. It's not a strategy. You're doing you're doing the branding, you're doing the PR, and you're doing friggin' everything you need to be doing, and it's not hitting. And like it's hitting, but it's not. It's kind of just hitting. It's not exploding. You know what I mean? Like you might have felt, so this is the thing with PR. This is the problem with PR, is it's actually quite inherently natural to a lot of us when we start. And it's a very natural thing for us to do. And it's the first thing to go when we start to have some wins and we start to have some traction and we start to feel it working. It's the first thing that we stop doing because we think it's freaking insignificant. So I'll be explaining what this is in a second, but I wanted to give you I wanted to paint the picture first. And so we feel like it's so insignificant. I love the dead floppy fish, dead floppy fish, dead fish. Let's do like dead fish emoji, like the dead face and then the fish face. It's like, we've all experienced that, right? You've all experienced that feeling like you just can't figure it out. Like, why can't you be the one with the fireworks going off? Why can't your business be the thing that's like popping off and cracking the millies? Like, why can't that be you? And every day you wake up on the internet and some random brand new person. So this is why. So who's been here like online for a while? Who considers themselves like pretty OG online? They're an OG onliner. They've been rocking up. They've been doing their life's work for quite a long time. They like, you know what you're doing. It's like, you know what you're doing. Put that in. I might put this to my story. Hang on. You can't share live streams to your story. What the hell? I thought I could. I wanted to share this to my story. It's a vibe. This is a vibe, you guys. Oh, I can copy my link. That's what we'll do. OG since 2012. Okay, so this is, and okay, if we've been OG for a while, I know for sure you've watched people come from nowhere and make it. And like out of nowhere, they come online and they make it real quick. And they have phenomenal results. They blow it out of the water and everyone is frothing over them. They are like, it's like moss. Everyone's like moss to a flame. What is it that they're doing that, because they're not doing anything, you look at what they're doing and it's not anything different. There's the branding and the sales and the marketing. Yes. People that only started a couple of years ago as a coach. Exactly. So what is happening? What the freaking hell is happening with the people that are newish, that aren't better than someone that's, maybe they are, but most of the time they don't have the experience or the expertise or the long-term enthusiasm, like the enduring enthusiasm that happens when you've been doing this a while. Why do they pop off out of nowhere? Yes, it can be bright, shiny, new thing, but they've got to be bright and shiny to be the new thing, the bright, shiny thing. Hello. Hello. Hashtag live vibes if you're here for the live. I'm trying to paint a picture of the impact and the power that PR has on businesses that you may not have even noticed. And it might be the missing link that you're like, oh my God, this is what I've been missing this whole time. And that's my intention from this live stream, is for you to really have a really strong reflection moment and realize what you've been missing, so that we can insert it like as soon as possible, so that you can get around the business of getting your business to freaking work like it should be right now. It's gonna be vibes. Okay, so people that only started a few years ago as a coach, yes. My theory, and also understanding, like I've watched this for a while, is, oh, this is going to be life-changing. Yes, it is. Yay. My theory is, when people are new, bright, shiny, they're new, they do things that you used to, or you may have done at the beginning, that you thought were insignificant, and they were very beginner moves, and they were very much like, you didn't know that they're PR. You didn't know they were PR, so you didn't put it into your plan. You didn't put it into like, these are needle movers, but they absolutely are. So you'll put the branding, like, oh, the aesthetics, the website, or the photos, or the visuals, you'll put that into the plan, but not so much the PR, because PR is not even new content. A lot of the times, PR is actually nothing new. It's a set of actions, like micro actions that you take. And it can be new things, but it's not like launching a new program. PR is not launching a new program. PR is not creating more content. So you're like, okay, I want hypergrowth. I want hypergrowth. Hands up, put down below if you want some hypergrowth in your business right now. You're like ready for hypergrowth. You're done with like mediocre incremental. Incremental growth is just not the vibe anymore. And you're like, hypergrowth. PR is a key. It's a key piece. This is what I coach my clients on. So I teach MeBrand, my personal branding method. And then in figure 7, a lot of the times, a lot of what I'm doing, the underground method I'm doing with them, is helping them with PR. And it's like, that's why my clients can pop off after years and years and years of showing off. That's showing up and not popping through. Like, also, one of my clients just cracked the million, and she is the queen of PR. So hypergrowth, yes. Here for the hypergrowth too. Yes. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. So I want you to, because this is like a free spontaneous workshop. So we're going to workshop. Is your hands all like, because otherwise I'm just going to be talking PR, and PR is such an experience. Like, I want you to experience this. What did you do when you first started? I'm going to give you more of a clue, so you're not like going into this blind when you're answering. When you first started, or when you've had like so much buzz around your business, like buzz and hype and clout, were you engaged with your community? Like, were you like engaged and enthusiastic with your community? Were you there? Were you present? Were you like, I would describe the word as like, you're in it. You're like in it. Hypergrowth. We are here for hypergrowth. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, I'm going to call this the genie jacket. Like, as soon as I put it on, I'm like genie vibes, and I need to go live. Like, I feel like I put it on and I'm like, I need to do a live stream. It's maybe when it's summer, this is going to be a problem. Luckily it's winter right now, and I'm just like, okay, winter, we're good. Okay. So I feel like my body is getting ready to, like, what I'm about to say is going to literally change your businesses, which will then in turn change your life right now. So I can feel a lot of energy coursing through my cells. So let's take breaths and make sure that this resonates. Make sure this lands for you. Everyone who happens to be here and catch the after party or catch this live, this is going to be monumental. I intend that, therefore shall it be. So excited for this. Okay. There is a distinct difference. Like, I want to really make this clear. I want to make this very, very clear. When you watch someone that is doing, would you say, okay, so I need you to see this. Would you say the people that you see having fireworks happen and they pop off, and it probably was you at some stage too, but it's maybe not something you've sustained, would you say that there's anything mind-blowingly different about their strategy? Would you say that their branding, like, oh, it's because of their branding? Would you say, oh, it's because they're really good at sales? Would you say that it's because they're really good at marketing? Or would you say that it's like, I can't figure out what is different? It's not that significantly different, that it should be getting that significantly different results. Would you agree? Like, that is when you see somebody that is really popping off and it's like fireworks around their brand, would you say that they are just completely changing the game and doing everything different? Like, they just do the entire thing different. Like, you've never seen it before. Like, their branding, you've never seen it before. Their sales, you've never seen it before. Their marketing, you've never seen it before. Or would you say it's like same? It's kind of same. So put down below same if you're resonating, but otherwise, if you're not resonating, it might not be what you're seeing. I would say when you see it, it's being somebody who's been online for so long, I've studied it. It's like fascinating for me. Like, I love it. I love to watch it. I love to watch the different people come up, and I love to watch like the response to them. I love to watch like the community move and like gravitate and go in different like same. You wouldn't call it like groundbreakingly, earth-shaking different. Most of the time, it's not like I've never seen this before, or it's not like this is you would not say this is revolutionary. Like, their sales is not revolutionary. It follows the sales things that we've been doing since Dan Sullivan days. Same, pretty similar to what others have been doing, but there is an excitement there. Yes. The brand, would you say the branding is out of this world? Like, you've never seen branding before, or is it like same branding? It's like, it's cool. Or maybe it's just like, it's very raw dog. I wouldn't say it's like, it's not even great. It's very backyard. It's very DIY. It's not like, oh my God, I've never seen that branding before. Like, let's really take stock. Sometimes the branding isn't even great. Yeah, sometimes the branding isn't even as good. This is perfect. Can you see how I'm setting you up to absolutely understand what I'm about to say? This is going to make so much sense, and it's going to really help you as you doom scroll on the internet. Promise. Okay, so then sales. Would you say the way that they sell is so far outside of the spectrum of what sales have been taught before? Would you say that they sell in a way, so when people are popping off and like moths to a flame, everyone's going to them, would you say their sales process is unheard of? Like, you've never seen somebody do it in that way before? Hello, Natalie's here. Hello, live vibes, hashtag live vibes if you're here for the live vibes, and set your intention down below. We're just doing a Q&A to really reflect and really understand. I think there is an excitement. Thank you so much. These are great. I think there is an excitement at the sales, but the process is similar. Yes. Okay, so take stock, everyone. When you see somebody who you feel like they are just popping the heck off and they are just like winning the internet today, as a coach, as a life worker, they're just winning the internet, and you can't understand like what the freaking hell is going on. We're just taking stock. We're just sort of like reflecting. So we've just asked, is their branding insane? Like, you've never seen branding, and most of us are like, same. It's nothing different. Is their sales process different to anything you've ever seen before? And most of you are like, same. It's not revolutionary. And now for the marketing, like the last piece, would you say their marketing is never heard the things that they've said before? Would you say that it's like completely, every code that they share is a code you've never ever heard in your entire life ever before? Would you say that their strategies are leading edge? Or would you say same strategies? Maybe they're wrapped up and packaged and positioned a little different. Same. Ellie is here. Hi, Ellie. Hello. All the people. Hashtag live vibes if you're just joining us live. Marketing is consistent and valuable, but not revolutionary. Yeah. So yeah, who would, like, they're consistent. Yeah. And then what will they say? They'll say, I'm consistent. But consistent, most people that I've worked with over the last 10 years, they're all pretty consistent. They've been showing up for friggin' years. Why didn't they pop up? Because consistency has nothing to friggin' do about it. It has nothing to do with it. It is helpful, but consistently creating shit that people don't resonate with is completely unhelpful and will have no effect on your business except for a -1 on your energy. It'll have a negative impact on your energy, and it'll have a negative impact on your spirit, because you'll be like, oh my God, I suck at life, I suck at business, and I suck at everything. Anna is here. Hi, everybody. Oh my God. So I've decided I want to wear this jacket, but sitting in the sun with this jacket is kind of like a trade-off because I'm hot as hell, but I'm not taking it off. I'm going to sit here and sweat for you guys because that's what I do. That is the level of service that we're at. Okay, so hashtag live vibes if you're just joining us. We're really doing a stock take of people that pop off on the internet so that I can demonstrate to you in your own eyeballs exactly what PR looks like and what PR does and why the people that do pop off are doing PR. Okay, so the question for everybody is this. Every time that you see somebody pop off and completely quantum leap their business and just like explode through the stratosphere, I was asking, is their branding revolutionary? Is it because of their branding? Like their branding is revolutionary? And we're all like, no. Pretty much some of them is like the branding is like DIY, like backyard stuff. Is the sales process something you've never seen before? No, a lot of the times their sales process is super stock standard. It's super like, that's what they've been teaching. It's giving 2014 vibes, some of it. Some of the marketing, it's bro marketing, but it's not revolutionary. Sometimes something is happening personally that's magnetic. Yes. Okay. So, which brings me to this. We all can agree that it's pretty same, which leaves you wondering. Does it leave you scratching your head? Going, what the... It's not the strategies. The strategies are not something you've never heard before. I really know my customer because I know you guys. Because I know that you're really good at what you do. And it's just like it leaves you scratching your head going like, what the fuck? You're so happy for them. It's not about that. It's not about them. We love them. So happy for them. But what I want you to know is that's why when you're doing the branding, like you change your branding and you change your marketing, or you change your marketing around, or you tweak your sales process and it doesn't completely explode your business, even if you're being super intentional, it's because you're missing PR. And it's the reason that they are exploding their business and fireworksing is because they're mastering PR. Now, the problem is, have you ever saw somebody who literally fireworks exploded through the internet and then disappeared or like diminished a bit and couldn't figure it out after that? Like they exploded on the internet and then it's just like, and then they kind of like exploded, then sort of like leveled out. And the buzz is just not the same. The buzz and the hype around their brand is just not the same as it once was. Here's what I know. It's not a theory, it's fact. I've been working with clients for 10 years, 12 actually. But this is the missing link. It's PR. But let me tell you, PR a lot of the times, like modern day PR, is things that you did that you didn't know you were doing that were completely significant in your results. But they are very inconsequential, like we don't even realize we're doing them. Because they're very natural when you're first like beginning or when you are going through a hyper growth stage. They're very natural actions that aren't put on the to-do list. Most of the time, PR is not prioritized because we don't even know we're doing it and we don't even know what it is. Okay? So think of it this way. You put sales and you put marketing and content marketing on your to-do list, all right? Like you are going to post a post today. You are going to upload stories today. And you do it under the context and the umbrella of branding and sales and marketing, right? Like essential pieces of your business. However, the times that, and here's like another example that I can give you another example, and I want to give it to you for your own. Have you ever felt like you're not even launching and you're not even doing anything different? You don't think that your marketing, branding, or sales is different, but your business is popping off its head. Have you ever done that? Have you felt that before? That because I see people, and I've done this before, it's like, I'm not even launching. I don't know what's happening. I'm not even launching. But I do know what's happening. And it's kind of like, it's the how that, you know how we say you won't know how you did it? It's because you didn't know that you were doing PR. That's why. You don't know that you were doing that thing. That's the missing thing. you won't know that you were doing it. So who has had that experience in their business where it is really working, but like it's popping off, but you can't put your finger on what it is and why it is popping off? Has anybody else had the experience of that? Say yes. Me. And tell me what that experience was like. Oh my God, Michaela, you love it when I'm live. I love it when you come live. So good. So tell me about that. So for me, I remember when I was saying about 5 years ago, I'm like, I'm not even launching. And I was like having $130,000 a month. And I'm like, I'm not even launching like proper. I'm not launching proper. And I could figure it out. But this is when I started to realize, all this time I call it branding for you guys. You're late to the party, but we're here. You're here. All this time I'd been doing PR because I've got a degree in PR. Oh my God. And I thought it was one of those degrees that I'm like, I'm never going to use this. And here I am using it every day in my business without even realizing I was using it, because I am a woman that looks at patternistics. Like, I would call myself a patternistics queen. A lot of people don't look back at what they've done, but all of my processes are less around tracking and more about reflecting and resetting. I reflect on my, I reflect on everything, and I cross everything. And one of the things that I did quite a few years ago was I went back through all of my best months ever. I had 6 years of data to go off, right? Had 6 years of data to go off, and I went through and I looked at my best month ever. P.S. by the way, right down below reset, and you should be sent the revenue reset. This is that. This is going to help you to find that if you haven't done the revenue reset. And if you've done the revenue reset, who has done it? It is a big job. This is where I get the insights, and this is where I realize this natural thing that I do, this natural PR thing that I do, is the reason for the bigger months. It's the reason for the popping off. And it's nothing, it's pretty much none of the time it's new content. It's not making more, it's not posting more, it's not creating more. Revenue reset, yes! Oh my God, you're gonna love it. It's so good. Your life is a celebration. We're getting there. It's so good. Okay, so every single month, get out of the sun. I need to get out of the sun. Where could I sit? Could I sit here? Ooh, I could sit here, but we're gonna have to do this. Hang on, guys. Guys, I have to sit here because I'm getting a bit hot in the sun, but I can't take the jacket off because it's really cute. I might have to take it off. Oh, actually, I'm just gonna have to take it off. It is actually so hot. Hang on a second. Oh, okay. That's kind of actually better. I may be dying of heat exhaustion. Because otherwise I don't even need this. I just need a break from all jacket vibes. Okay. Revenue reset. Oh, that's so much better. Okay. Who's ready for me to tell you what the thing is? Hashtag story time if you're ready for me to tell you. What was the thing? What was the thing? What was the thing? And so you can actually track back to your own business and see where you were doing PR and you didn't know you were doing it. Because here's the thing. If you don't know you're doing this, you can't replicate it. If you don't know you're actually doing this, you can't replicate it, and you will be a deer in the headlights for the rest of your business's life, because you won't realize how powerful this is. You won't realize how strong this is. You won't realize how much of an effect and an impact this has on your bottom line and for you being known online. Hashtag story time. Oh my God, yes. Okay, you guys are ready for the stories. We love a good story. Oh my God, you guys, I love this. Okay. So like I said, I'm into patternistics, and right down below the reset, if you haven't got the reset already, go do the reset. I went through all of my best months ever, and I went through every Facebook post, every Instagram post, every Instagram story that I had been doing, and this was like from 2014 to 2017, I think, that I did this. This is when I was moving from being a business brand to a personal brand, and I was going to like BigJanaKingsford.com. And I went through every best month ever, every time that I'd gone over the 10K, because back then that was like good months, is 10K months. And I looked at my Instagram and Facebook. It was all relatively the same. But what happened, there was one tiny thing different that I teach you how to do in Me Brand. and I coach my clients through in Figure 7, is every month that was the best month ever, I had something going. I had like a event of some kind, like a life event, a move, a thing that I made a thing. Write that down below. A thing that I made a thing. So it could be just my beach phase. I was even on a quest once, and it was my beachpreneur phase. And I turned going to the beach every single day into a thing. There was one around, there's just like event. I would just say it's events, right? And those are events. Like I was eventivizing things that I do. A thing that I made a thing, right? And then that wasn't really the thing, because some of them would have only a couple of comments. So it wasn't that. But I could tell the communications and the relationships that I was having with people because of the thing that I was sharing. And so the more deeper conversations I was having beyond value, beyond strategy, beyond me teaching the thing that I teach, it was the conversations that these events created, and then that in turn creates the relationships, the beachpreneur phase, right? And so then I created these relationships through relating, not on like being relatable, but relationships through relating because of events that I was having. So the content energy changes from being, here is my tip, here is my strategy, come and milk all the juice, come and squeeze all the juice out of me, here's my strategy, here's my thing, versus this event is happening, and through that event you can see my values, you can see my brand through the event, you can see what I care about, you can see my values, you can see the way that I operate. So the beachpreneur phase, going to the beach every single day, I'm using a very tiny example because later on it became yachts and it became snow trips and it became traveling around Australia. So I'm just like keeping it more of the low key ones, that this was literally when I started to figure this out. And then we happened to travel around Australia because I'm like, event devise, PR. Okay. So I'm going to give you one more context for you to put this all together. But I'm going to do it in a traveling context, but I want you to figure this out, that this is going to, like, how you can put this through. Because PR is a little tricky to explain. It's a gray area. Branding and PR are gray areas, but the PR is the missing piece. If your business is not popping off PR and you're doing the branding and the marketing and sales, sometimes if you are doing the PR and you're not sticking the landing with sales, yes, that's a problem. Okay, so I go through all this stuff and I realize when something is happening in my life, it's not a branding move. The PR of it tells the story of my brand. Carly's here. Oh my God. Hello, Carly. Figure 7 in the house. Figure 7 in the house. Okay. So what I realized is when I've got something going on, I talk about it. And I can't shut up about it. I make it my whole personality, which puts a different layer and a different element to the normal speak that we usually speak on. There's something else going on. There's something else happening in your field, in your personal life, in your business. Something is happening above. Here is my strategy, very robotic energy of like, here's my groundbreaking strategy that's going to change your life. Like, it could be a groundbreaking strategy. But unless there's something else, like that underground or like that overlay happening, it doesn't have like this stick. Okay, so when I notice that every time you eventivize, it actually almost like organically changes the conversation, and you don't need to try, but you do need to do this one thing. You've got to know that it matters. You've got to know that you matter, and you've got to know that it's all relative and it's all relevant. And you've got to share it in such a way of like, it is a big deal. So you share everything as if it's a big deal. And when you start to share everything as if it was a big deal, it becomes a big deal and it becomes a part of your brand. For example, I need this to make sense for you guys. Is it starting to are you starting to get a little bit of the clues about PR and what it is for our kind of business, like how to implement PR for our business? Obviously, PR means public relations, relating to the public perception. It's not so much it's helping people to come from their perception of you into the understanding. And it's like creating, it's not so much creating awareness, that's more like marketing. It's using a story to bring people in, but not from a branding perspective, from an event perspective. So it's less about the story and it's more about a thing that you made a thing. Think about PR is like the easiest way that I can explain is a thing that you make a thing. There we go. And now for that moment this is where I've gone wrong, not treating it like it matters or that it's a big deal. So this is what I do differently with my clients. Like they'll go through me brand or they'll be in my world and you'll do all the things. You do all the things. When my clients come to me in Figure 7, what I notice that they do is they're so low key about these cool things that are happening in their life, and they either share them not in a space of they share them from a place of look at my clout, versus sharing them from a place of bringing people along and bringing people in. They share them from a place of, or they don't share them at all. So one of the things that I say to my clients over and over and over again, if something is happening that you want to share that feels significant to your brand, I need to know about it from the front lines, not from you telling me. I want to see it on the internet, which means it has to cross my eyeballs quite a few times for me to know. Now, let me know. Guilty, right? Guilty. Okay. I'll give you a current example of PR. Does anybody know that I have a studio? Does anybody not know that I have a studio that follows me? Like if you're brand new and you don't know how you ended up on this freaking live stream, does anybody not know that I have a studio? Do you know that I have a studio, right? I know you have a studio. If you know I have a studio, because if this is wrong, then I have not done my job right. Do you know that I have a studio? Makes sense to do it from the energy of bringing people along and bringing people in, yes. Do you feel like you've been a part of this studio experience? I know you have a studio. We know. Okay, that is the classic. If your community cannot say, we know, in that attitude, you ain't PRing at all. Not at all. Your community needs to have literally that response. We know. And if they don't, you're not doing PR. And that is your missing ingredient. Studiopreneur phase, right? Like we just had the cabin. Okay, then if you've been following me for a little while longer, my cabin in the woods sabbatical, did you completely miss that entire year? Or it's like, we know you had your year in the cabin in the woods, and we know that was not a fucking cabin, Jana. That was a mansion in the Whitsundays overlooking the Whitsundays. Like what? Right? We know if you knew. And then, so every phase of entrepreneurship, every event, I eventify as everything. And to give you an idea, so with my clients, if they tell me something is happening, I'm like, dude, why did I not see this on the internet? I have a total different life outside of this as well. I have total things that I don't even film anymore. I would say back in the day that was not true. I pretty much filmed everything. Now I feel like I have two lives. I have the life where I'm I just don't film everything anymore, but I forget. But I'm at a different stage of entrepreneurship than I was at the beginning. And I now have a studio, which it feels like I can film here and I just don't have to film when I go anywhere else. But I still do. I still make an effort to, but not as much as I used to. Because I don't have to. I feel like this is a cheat code now. True, I did a solo writing retreat in Bali last month and people kept asking me about it, doing PR without knowing. Literally. Because what PR does is actually make people aware of your brand. And I'm going to give you a description of what PR is in a minute, even deeper. But I want you to do this. I want you to see this for yourself. Think about your best month ever this year or last year. you can put how much it was, or you can put what month it was. It could be May, or you could just be like BME, just write BME down below when you've got it in your head. When you've got your month that you had your best month ever in your head, put that down below, like BME, best month ever. It was January. We know it. Perfect. So you know the month. Was there anything, and then ask yourself, and then I want you to ask yourself, what was I doing in January? Or what was I doing that month? Outside of or inside of my business? November, perfect. What was happening? What events were happening in your business or your life? Just starting out. Okay, so I cannot even imagine knowing this before I started. Like, oh my God. I love, like, all the people that are new now, like, oh my God, the richness of information that you have now, like, oh my God. Like, just craziness. It's just like, oh my God. What used to take us like years and years and years, it's just like so much quicker. What events did you have? And if you didn't have anything, it might have been more nuanced than you can imagine. It could be more like nuanced. What were you doing? Can you think of anything? Let me know. Because I guarantee you there will be something happened that you might have seen as insignificant. But what happens is, because you didn't know PR or you weren't implementing PR then, you were probably doing PR without realizing you were doing PR. Okay, I did a masterclass and was very much talking about all of our plans for the year. Baby creation. It was my favorite masterclass ever. Talking about your plans for the year. Like, it's an event. Something's going on in your life. When something is going on, it feels like it's a train that people want to jump on. There's like something is happening. So when you have these things, what I notice is like the studio it's almost like an anchor for me to create different kind of content and different kind of conversations versus, think of it this way. It puts like a layer to the branding, but it gives it an angle. Okay, so let me explain PR and angles. PR and angles. Write PR and angles so I do not get distracted, because this is really important. Here's what PR is. And I'll give you the example from my article that I have in the paper. Me running my business at home. Oh my God, this is going to be so good. Okay, you ready? Drum roll, please. Okay, so when I did my university degree, major in PR, I learnt how to do angles. And I was really shit at it at first. But what you need to do when you write an article, so you write an article, imagine about me when I was traveling Australia. I want you to workshop right now. Imagine you're a journalist and you're doing an article on a businesswoman who has a business and she has 3 kids and she's traveling Australia. Tell me the headline. Would you say mother of 3, runs a business, traveling Australia? Mother of 3, or like traveling Australia as a family of 5? I'm going to give you guys a chance to do it, like, so you can see what an angle really is. This is like a freaking masterclass in PR, guys, like a masterclass. And PS, by the way, put down below hype PR if you want more than the masterclass, you want the entire action plan to implementing PR in your business. Right, hype PR down below. And I will screenshot you and make sure you got the link. Tell me what you would name it. Would you say traveling Australia? Would you say... it's hard, isn't it? Busy mum travels Australia while making millions. Yes. Okay, so did you notice how it's like, I don't know which direction to go with. Do we go the traveling Australia angle? Do we go the $1 million business angle? Oh, yay! Michaela is in. I will send you the link to join. Do we go the traveling Australia? Do we go the $1 million business? Do we go the mother of 3? What angle do we go? So PR is like essentially what it is if the article is all about my business, is that a newspaper article? No, it's an ad. So if we go, she has $1 million business and she does this for a living and this is what her business does and she helps people like change their lives for a living, she helps them with their big dreams, would the newspaper publish that? They're not going to publish it because they're not going to get paid. That is an ad. Can you see that so PR is kind of this way that we're advertising without looking like we're advertising. And that's why people don't do it. That's why people don't check their egos at the door. And they're like, I'm not going to do that because they want to be very upfront. But PR is very a roundabout. It's a little like back, the front, and a roundabout. Does that make sense? So it's like you're not coming at it from like, buy my thing. You're not coming at it from, the article cannot be, if it's a free article on a newspaper, it cannot be an ad, but it can advertise you if the angle is right, which means it does take a lot of like thinking about how do I wrap this in a interesting bow that doesn't look like an ad. What is the angle that we're going to go? Make sense, right? $1 Million Mum on the Road. Yeah, so $1 Million Mum on the Road. All of these angles have ad energy, don't they? So, but also you realize how many angles you can take it, how many ways you can swing it. So anyway, the way that he did the headline was high school dropout about to hit $1 million. Good headline. And then he had a photo of us traveling, and then the story goes into the traveling. But that's the angle he took it. But he could have taken the traveling angle. Couldn't he? So the angles is the way that you want to swing it. So he went high school, local high school, it was about the local, because it was a local paper. It was like local high school dropout about to hit $1 million, because this was back in 2020. But I just wanted to use that as an example because that is an ad for my business without being an ad for my business. Because people are getting aware of my business, and it's not so much branding because somebody's writing an article. It's more like advertising that is not advertising. It's making a thing. It's turning a thing into a thing. And to turn the thing into a thing, you need headlines, and the brand is like within it. Like the brand is within it. It's all the things that happen when they come and they experience my work. But that ad is very PR-ish. But it's not an ad. It's an angle that makes it not an ad and makes it an article instead of an ad. Are we getting what I'm putting down? So none of us are like looking to be in a newspaper, but that's PR at its essence. If that person hadn't found me on the internet, that journalist hadn't found me, what we used to do is we would go and travel Australia, be like, oh my God, I have a business. So back in the pre-social media days, and you had a business, you would go back and you would go and write a little press release, right? Press release down below. You would write a press release to the journalists at the newspaper, and you would tell them about the event that you have going on in your business, the thing. And then they can see, like, is this an ad or is this an article? How can we make this an article? So all articles is essentially, all features are basically ads that have been wrapped around in PR. For example, who's watched Owning Manhattan? How good is Owning Manhattan? So good. I'm going to make this relevant and like we're going to relate it into your business. But if you watched Owning Manhattan, did you realize that they did that sort of stuff for the businesses? So what did every single real estate agent do to sell the apartment or the house? What did they do? All the commercial property. What did every single one of them do? Oh, they had an event. They hosted an event. Why? Because if you get influencers to that property to take photos, that's an ad. If you get influencers to take photos at that property while you're having cocktails and a party, that is PR. Same effect, even better, but it's now PR and not an ad. Are we getting what I'm putting down? And so it gives almost like an anchor point for the advertising that has an angle. Am I losing you? Are you getting this? Are you getting this? Or am I losing you? Let me know. We're going really deep into PR right now. Oh gosh, so glad I don't need to be. Yes, getting it? Okay. So that is the difference, you guys, is they could just have it listed. And so why wouldn't they just have it listed? And then most of the people didn't sell it from the events. But the event has this different, it brings energy. Yeah, I would much rather do PR than advertising. We can do both, for sure. But can you see the difference? And so if you can see the difference, let me know if you can see the difference. And then also in your business, your best months ever, can you see how you did something that is maybe not actually like an event, but you did something that has activated the PR code? And then the PR code is it generates buzz, it generates hype, it generates clout, and it circles energy around your business. It just creates a circling of energy around your business. And I'm going to give you some certain actions that you may be doing to promote. It's almost like you can have the PR move, but if you had that event, imagine if they had these events and they didn't take photos or videos. Is it PR? No, it's just a stupid thing to do. They get people to come and take photos. They get people to take photos and videos of them. It shows the apartment with like people in it, doing things, having a party. It feels like it brings it alive. Pretty much probably. Would you say that 100% of the times that they're having those PR events, would you say that the people that buy it are there? No, but it does generate buzz and talk and hype around the thing, which then rubs off. Makes sense? So, do you want to know how to simply do this in your business? Let me know. Let's go, just write PR down below. I actually really like talking about PR. I'm actually feeling like I am going to rename my bio as PR Queen because I've been doing it for so many years. But I've always just called it branding because, you know, I just didn't understand PR. Because you can see, like, listen to me now, how long it takes me to, explain it. So what I'm going to do is I'm doing the Hype PR workshop. It's called Hype PR. It's a strategy that I've been doing since 2017 when I figured this all out. And I started doing Hype PR, and my clients all do that. My clients all implement Hype PR when they get dead floppy fish vibes. And it's pretty much the first thing that I get my clients to do when they come into my world. In module 1 of Me Brand, Hype PR is one of the entire lessons, and you're going to get the Hype PR kit. It's $111. The link should be in your messages if you have written PR, I think. And you can jump on in. Otherwise, I'm going to put the link here if you want to come and join while we're live. That'll be fun to celebrate live. And if you've got any questions around it, you can ask me here while we're live. We'll do a bit of a Q&A around it soon because this is going to be a whole kit. And let me tell you, people on the internet that do this are going to have instant results. It's something, PR, I love PR because you can see branding is long-term results. You don't see it straight away. Branding is a long-term thing. PR, I like PR because it's really good for dopamine because it can give you quick wins now. Branding is so important. It's everything, right? Branding is everything. But most of you have pretty much locked down a strong brand now. And you're missing hype. You're missing PR. And so Hype PR is something, a set of things that I get my clients to do when they come into my world that are seemingly insignificant, that most of them are probably already were doing before, but they stopped doing, and you don't realize you're doing it. So it's 111 micro actions that you can take for hyper growth. So you can feel it straight away. You can feel the shift straight away. And it's no new content. It's not creating new content, although you will create new content at the same time, as well. But hype PR has nothing to do with creating new content. It's not about doubling the content that you're creating. It's about doubling the impact of the content that you're already creating. So it's not about creating more. So most people, when they're like, I want to hypergrow, when you think of hypergrowth, do you instantly think create more? Is that what you think? Oh, let me know. It's not create more. It's actually create more buzz, create more hype. And how do you do that? Very specific set of actions. And hype PR, I'm going to give you like the first set of actions, and you get that in a full list. It's like a checklist of all these 111 things that you can be doing. And then you're going to get a workshop where we're going to go even deeper. We're going to do a live workshop. This is just scratching the surface. We're going to do a live workshop of going further with your PR, because the first 111 are like the basics to get instant activation, and then the live workshop is about the bigger PR moves, like the hype PR. It's like really bringing the PR element to business. And it's can you still hear me? Let me know if you can still hear me, because sometimes when my alarm goes off, you can't hear me anymore. All right. Okay. Are we getting to the kicker? Okay, PR. Who is going to come and join us in Hype PR? It's $111. It's an entire kit. It's going to be a vibe. Can't wait to see you inside. All right. So, where was it going? What is that going? You can hear me? Perfect. Thank you. All right. So what do I want to give you? Do we have any questions on PR right now? Give me some questions and then I will continue on. I feel like we needed to interlude because I could talk all day about PR. And the micro actions are in the hype PR thing, but I can give you a couple of things that I did give you the other day on the live stream that I'm going to give you. That it's kind of like the difference. It's kind of like hype PR, what I teach you, the first 111 things, is not having to do anything major and big. Like that's the thing with the hype PR, is it's like you don't need to do anything major or big, but you do need to start to turn the things that you do into things. And a lot of the times the thing about doing a big thing, so this is the thing. The thing about doing the big thing is you don't know. Is it more in stories that you talk about the events? No, it's more like it's like everywhere. It's like everywhere. But so is it more in stories? It's kind of like a vibe, and it's like everywhere. And you'll feel it just it's almost like seeps out of your online pores. It's like everywhere. It's kind of like the studio. It's like everywhere. Now there's two ways to do it. Like the hype PR, the 111 actions, those are things that it's like you don't need to do anything major. But the thing with the next level that we're doing in the workshop is when you have like an event or like a studio, or if I'm moving, or if I'm having my cabin in a woods era, or if I'm going to the snow, if I'm doing something, or if I'm having $1 million party, I'm going on a yacht having $1 million party, that is definitely a PR move as much as it is a celebration. It is a PR move. I'm not stupid, but that's the thing. Most people are just doing it because they're like, it's just a celebration. Okay, sure, great. But it's also PR. And so the more that it kind of got to check your ego at the door and be like, yeah, it's PR. Like, yeah, I know this is epic and this is $1 million cake because I did $1 million. And instead of advertising, I've got an angle, and that is PR. And so that is why a lot of us don't do it, because they're like, oh, I'm just celebrating. I'm just so excited. I'm just celebrating. And you're not like, this is a PR move. I'm like, oh my God, I know it's a PR move. I do it as a PR move. I know it is. I'm not doing it as a PR move. I'm also celebrating, and I'm also genuinely grateful, and I'm doing it from gratitude, but I'm turning a thing into a thing. And I've done that forever. And when they got bigger, they got bigger. Like when we're celebrating 7 figures in 8 months, we go on a yacht. It's a PR event. I got a videographer. I paid a videographer $6,000 and a photographer a couple of grand, and bought and hired a yacht for $6,000. And it's all a business expense because it's promotional. It's PR. It's promo. It's PR. It's a PR expense. It's not a personal expense. It's a PR expense. And that's pretty much for every business. for another thing is when we go to the car events, I'm going to get the Dream Spoke put onto the car so it can become a full promo. Because right now it's all just personal because there's no promotional attached to it. So I'm going to get signage put on the pink car and promote Dreamspo. Now it's promotional because it's PR. It's getting my name out there. And it's branding. And then that all equates to sales. And it's all a part of marketing. But marketing is kind of like straight up. It's kind of like, marketing is like straight up, whereas that's why I think people don't do PR, because they realize it's so roundabout. And a lot of us are just like, I'm not going to do that. And you do need to check your ego at the door with a lot of the PR things that you do. Is this making sense, you guys? All right. Any more questions with PR? And I'm going to give you a couple of things that you can do today. And you can come and tell me, you can tag me, and you can tell me if they make a difference. So when you, oh my God, this is so fun. When you have a thing that is happening in your life, like an event, you naturally comment a little different. You naturally are kind of doing like outreach. You're naturally like out in the ethers and you're in your business, kind of like, oh my God, yes, this is happening, yay, da, 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 da. You're very responsive, you're very in it. Versus when you're in the energy of like, let me show up to the internet and teach a thing without the story, you're not so much in it. You're not like you're not being relational. You're kind of like just like, here's my thing, here's my stuff. But events, they almost give us a chance to relate. They give us a chance for conversation. They give us a chance to talk. It's very conversational, kind of like this. And you just naturally speak differently. You naturally do a whole heap of different things. But when you're in like a PR phase, so I got an example. Now I got an example. You guys want one more example? Oh my God. Who wants another example? Let me know if you want an example. Oh my God, this is perfect. Actually, this is perfect. Oh my God, this is perfect because this made me remember PR. This made me realize how slay I am at PR. Oh my God. Okay. Bonus code, right? Bonus code. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Oh my God, bonus code for sticking around so long. Example. Yes. Sticking around. Oh my God, this is going to be so cool. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So I'm on the Ignite Summit, right? Ignite down below. Let me know if you're already in. Did you sign up? Let me know. Or write Ignite down below and I will send you the link to get in Ignite. So it's a summit on somebody else's Instagram, on Anike, I think her name is. When she messaged me a while ago, I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do summits. I don't do summits. I get asked like every other day to do a summit and I just say no now. I'm just like, no. Even though there's such good PR events, I'm just like my own little bubble and I create my own little PR events. But anyway, I must have just had a glitch and I said yes, but I'm really happy because as soon as I say yes, I know that I'm going to go in. You saw it? Yay. Okay. So when she posted the other day, I went full mode into PR mode. I went full PR mode. So what I did was I just instantly, naturally, because I know what to do, I instantly, naturally did it because I'm a PR queen because it's very natural. Because I'm excited and I'm enthusiastic. Engage enthusiasm. It's very much my natural energy, right? So she posted it and then I went ahead and be like pimping the shiz out of that. Because a lot of the people that are in it are like got millions of followers and I got recommended to her heaps to be in it. So that's how she did a post ages ago. And she said, your name just kept on getting tagged and kept on getting tagged. I don't have 1 million followers, but I got tagged so much and I didn't even know that it was there. I didn't even know about this post. She's like, I asked people who's really good at social media and like really helpful. And I got tagged and so, hello, or doing big things in social media. I'm like, okay, I don't have 1 million followers, but like, okay, let's go. And I got tagged heaps and that's why I got invited to be on it. So anyway, I knew that I wouldn't have like the natural numbers. And this is what happens with like growth. So she posted it and I just went to town. So every person that commented on that, I went and had a look at their profile. I went and watched their stories. I went and related like you would do if you held an event an event for your book launch or whatever. You would go and talk to all the people. I'm just about to drop like the biggest code. You guys are going to understand this on a whole new level. If you have an event, you are going to talk to the people. You are going to mingle. You're going to go and mingle. And so when it's online, you've got to replicate an in-person event online. So you say hello to the people that are there, even if you don't know them, even if they're not your friend, even if they just rocked up, even if you have no clue who they are. You're not going to stand in the corner while people are all at your event and just be like, yeah, I don't reply to comments and I don't want to know anything about you. So what I do is I'm like, what would I do in an event? I would say, hello, how are you? What are you doing? What do you do? You would ask them about themselves. Would you or would you not? Is this helping this stick? Is like this helping it stick? So you talk to the people and you get a gist of who they are and you're interested and it's exciting. And it's like, thanks for coming. I so appreciate you being here. You can do the same online. So I went to every single comment and I went to every single person that has commented thus far and I went to their feed. I'm like, hey, how you going? Oh my God, da-da-da-da. Not in their DMs, but I went and had a look at what they're doing, what they're up to. Exactly how I would do if I was talking to them in person. I would ask them what they're up to. But on Instagram and virtually, I just go to their Instagram and check out what they're doing and I watch their stories. Then I commented back to them in my own engaged, enthusiastic voice. Like I'm engaged and I'm enthusiastic as if I was at a party. I engage as if I was at a party because event. So then I'm understanding like, okay, we've got an influx of followers right now. And so then all this influx of followers were following me because of it. And so then the new followers, I go and find them, go look at their profile, say hey on their post that resonates with me. I go say hello. I don't do DMs because that's like cold DMs. That's like, that's ick, unless they've already DM'd me. It's kind of like, DMs are kind of like inviting them into the toilet to come and have a discussion. Like, oh my God, let's go outside and talk. You just met, just chill. So I don't go into the DMs. It's all public facing because it's an event. It's not like you didn't invite them over to your house. They're not invited to your house. It's a party. You go to the event. So that's where your relationship is right now. So it's like an event. So that's the way that I see it. So then all the people that follow me, I go and look at their profiles. I'm like, oh my God, cool. Like go and comment on their stuff. And then it creates this synapses with maybe one out of those people that I did this like 100 times to, one of those people like connect deeper. And that creates what I call the synapses. And that comes from a PR event. And then everyone that messages me, I message them back obviously. But can you see how that added layer of this is an event, let me make it an event. Let's make me make this thing a thing. See how I make a thing a thing. And then I went all over the internet. I created stories and I did a heap of stories. I did some I put it into my broadcast channel. I went over on a Facebook and I wrote about it on Facebook. And I just turned it into a thing. So now it's a thing. And so with PR is almost like it's like something to grab hold of. So with my studio, right, I'm usually at home. I go to the beach. I do my fun things. I live my life and I write posts about big dreams. But when I get the studio, it's like, this is a new level. It gives me something to attach my talk to, what I'm talking about to. It gives me an angle to talk about big dreams in the same way that I've been talking about big dreams for 10 years. It makes it new. It makes it interesting. It gives it an edge. Are we understanding what PR is now? Do we understand what PR is? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I can't wait to do this whole workshop. I can see that this PR stuff is just coming through me. So this is why with the Ignite Summit, as I was just doing it, I was just like doing it. I'm like, hang on a second. Does everybody do this? And then I realized every person that kills it on the internet, there is some that are exceptions to the rule. Some that are exceptions to the rule I would say the exceptions to the rule that are fireworks and crackers, they're consistent and disciplined as hell, and they create a lot of content, and their content is the event. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. The people that are fireworks on the internet that do really well, they might not comment on their feed. They might not be very active in comments. They might not comment on other people's stuff. They might not make the most of those things. Their time is spent making more content than you create. A lot more content. It's a lot more thoughtful. It's a lot more considered. It's a lot. They might spend times I know a lot of people that are fireworks on the internet. I remember they're almost at the $1 million months, and they come to you wouldn't know it, but they come to every single mastermind call when they're in a mastermind, every single one. Not miss one, even though they're so busy, even though they're doing almost $1 million months, they always show up, always show up. There is different things that they do. And so if you look at every person that you've watched pop off, tell me they're not active in the field. Tell me they're not present in the field. They're present. And if they're not, their work ethic is probably really high. They pump out a lot of stuff, and they're very consistent, and they do have an edge, but they work harder than you. Yep. I know the one you mean. I know the one you mean, yeah. And she's doing really well. I don't know why I would know what you mean by that one post. Yes, I see some people who post 3 times a day and then retarget ads so you can see them. You see them everywhere. And so the ads do the work for them. PR is, okay, so look at the difference here. Ads, PR. PR does take work, does take checking your ego at the door. Ads are you pay for the reach. So ads are literally the same thing as paying for a ad in a newspaper versus having an event so you get featured in the newspaper. This is the best way for me to describe it because it's how I learnt PR and then I templated it. I mean, somebody said, yeah, because she's very good at the paid ads and they're just freaking everywhere. It's really good, but it's not PR. She's not really using PR. She doesn't have to go and comment on and do the little PR events. She doesn't need to do a PR event. Her business, so here's a little caveat. Hyper growth in your business is a PR event. So if you can force the growth in your business and then you were doing really big months and because you forced it, you now have PR from those results. That's why sharing results can sometimes be what is always PR. So say, for example, with doing the ads, that's paying for an ad in the newspaper. Just think of it that way. When you see the ads, they're paying for an ad in the newspaper. PR is when an article in the newspaper gets written about you and it does so happen to mention your business. So it's like you force it to move and then that becomes the PR. Your success is the PR. So you don't need to go and do travel to the Bahamas. You don't need to have buy a studio, or you don't need to do PR moves specifically as a PR move. You already are a walking, talking PR move because of your results, because of the influx, because of the quantum leap. So that's why the success creates the success, because now that's why I created the $1 million business. I knew creating a $1 million business is my words hold weight, of course. Also, I'm a prototype for my clients because a lot of my clients that came to me wanted to crack $1 million, and I'm kind of pretty chill. But I'm a big dreamer, so my life's work is about achieving my big dreams. And if I'm not going for my big dreams, then I'm not in congruence with my life's work. And if I'm not in congruence with my life's work, I'm not in congruence with my life force energy. So achieving my big dreams is really important. And I knew $1 million business is a milestone, and it's also a PR move. See how it's you're not backwards and coming forwards about, I know what I'm doing here. When you get featured in a newspaper, when a business sends a press release, they're not doing it because they're oh, look at this event that I'm doing. Don't put me in the newspaper. They're doing a press release as this is a cool thing that we're doing so that you can write an article on us instead of us paying to be in your newspaper. The same thing works online. So if you have a look at this, is going to help you to be really objective when you see the results online now. You can see the objective, like you can look at it objectively and realize I have no PR going on right now. No wonder it's giving dead floppy fish vibes. You got to have something of PR significance, and it doesn't need to be results. So you don't need to whinge and bitch and complain and moan about people having results and then all I see is people sharing their results. It's fucking PR. Get used to it. It's a part of business. PR is about business. I just think a lot of people are coaches and not entrepreneurs, and you don't understand business. You got to understand business because you have a fucking business. So it goes hand in hand. If you like, otherwise just go and work for somebody else as a coach if you don't want to do the business part of it. The business is PR and branding and marketing and sales. It's a part of it. If you don't want to do that part, go and work for someone else as a coach if you just like coaching. But if you're an entrepreneur, PR is a part of it. It's like back in the day, you sound like somebody. Imagine like this is what you sound like. Somebody back in the day. Well, to be advertised, for people to know you, you need to pay $30,000 to be in our yellow pages. And you're like, well, I don't have $30,000. Okay, well, if you want to be featured in our newspaper, then what are you doing? It's like, I'm starting a business. Nobody fucking cares. Good for you. Great. I make scrunchies. Nobody fucking cares. I sold a scrunchie to Bindi Owen. Now we care. See how it's like, then it's PR. And now you're going to be featured. Or this is why a lot of people do charity. This is why a lot of people do charity things. So Mr. Beast is a walking, talking PR company. PR is so a lot of people do actually do charity to be featured in newspapers. It's like literally the way that it happened. Like back in the day, like a bank would donate $1 million to somebody who was struggling, and what does the newspaper do? Oh, the Commonwealth Bank donated $1 million to this person. Oh, hello, advertisement for Commonwealth Bank. They're not doing it accidentally, and they're usually kind of doing it a little bit maybe by the kindness of their own hearts, but they're not stupid. They've got businesses to run. They know that that is full-blown a PR event. Okay, so I've seen a lot of people who have blown up from their PR and then share the result as a PR afterwards. Then it grows exactly. We're not stupid. So when you hit the million, you milk the million because it's a PR move. And you didn't just like do that for like nothing. It's now PR. It's an event. It's something. Imagine like hitting 1 million and it's just like business as usual. Just going to talk about the same stuff that I was talking about 3 months ago. No, now you have what we call an angle. Now you have an angle. So when we get this, I have the studio now. 3 months ago, creativity is everything. Really give yourself space for your creativity. Now, would you say that it's got more substance when I talk about creativity in the context of I have a space for my creativity? It's not about productivity. When I come here, it's not about productivity. It's about creativity. And so when I talk about it now with the context of the studio, it has like an angle that it didn't have before. And so every time you do something new, it's like giving you a new angle to talk about the shit that you've been talking about for years. So it gives it like every time you've got an event. So one of my clients just made herself a new website. And most people, here's how most people would do. When I made my website, I'm like, I turned it into a whole thing. I turned it into a big deal. Because it is a big deal. Most people, they don't turn the thing into a thing. And then that's not PR. And now you're going to have to force grow your business. Force the hypergrowth. This is what I mean by it's an underground method. Because nobody says that I'm sharing my celebration because it's PR. It is. We're grateful. We share because we're fucking excited, right? We do share because we're excited. But also, we're not stupid. We know that it's good PR. It's PR. That's what it is. It's an angle. For now, what I'm going to talk about next is got an angle of. So for me, talking about Me Brand, I've been talking about Me Brand since 2018. I have a course called Me Brand Master Course. And when I hit the 1 million with it, It's like, you know, that thing that I've been talking about, me branding, like personal branding, creating your personal brand for your life's work, that thing, it created $1 million business. Yay. That's cool. Let me come into it. Let me go into it. It gives it like this extra like thing. I'm running a soulful business retreat this weekend. Would that be? Yes, that's an event. Okay, so I know you mentioned a program launch wouldn't be PR. No, a program launch is not PR. It's launching as sales, right? But what do we do? Okay, so what do we do inside of a launch that is not just post? So, okay, your business will be a dead floppy fish if all you do is post, live stream, repeat. Dead floppy. It's going to be giving dead floppy fish vibes. Why? Because you're not eventivizing anything. When you do a launch, why do launches work? Is it because you are creating more? Maybe. No, it's because you turned a damn sale into an event. You did PR, you wrapped PR in it. That's why launches work, if you work them, if you do them. But if you just are like, yeah, I'm launching this thing, and all you're doing different is nothing, you're just post, live streaming, repeating. Post, live stream, repeat. Why? That is not a launch. That's called posting on the internet. Launching is an event. You are eventivizing it. When launching without an event is just sales. Launching with an event brings the PR layer. It's like, so if you've got a masterclass in the middle of your launch, hello, that is marketing. But when you are sharing like the before, during, and after, it's got PR energy. It's like an angle. It's an angle to the way and what you're saying. So a book launch. The PR piece of the book launch is the book launch party. It's getting everybody together. Everybody's taking photos. It's like a PR event. So the business retreat, the PR piece of it would be sharing the before, the during, and after. It would be sharing videos of it. And you can tell that if you know that it's a PR event, you've got added eyeballs and energy in your business and making the most of it, then you can really it's almost like making the most of the things. Like I said at the beginning, my 1 hour explanation of making a thing. All right, let me know if you've got any questions about anything else. The Hype PR workshop, it is $111. You've got this is surface. I want to go so much deeper, but it'll be in the Hype PR workshop. And we've got 111, a list of 111 micro actions to take to activate instant hyper growth. You'll feel it in your business. And it's not about creating new content. It's about creating buzz, clout, and hype in your business through moves. And so it's all about the angles, right? In Hype PR, I give you the actions to actually do and take. And then in the workshop, I'm going to give you some ideas for actual eventivizing your whole business. So you have that stuff to hype PR about. It's going to be a vibe. It's $111. We get the PDF. Oh, and you instantly get access to the training that I have done already. I've already done a training on Hype PR, and it's in Me Brand, but I'm going to extract it for you guys. So I can't wait to see you inside. DM me after this so that you can be in it. Obviously, if you want support to go through all these things, as you can see that this is a full coaching moment, this is the coaching that I do with my clients inside of Figure 7, because they get Me Brand and they get working with me. We just came off our fortnightly call, so that's why I'm so buzzed. And yeah, the vibe. Thank you so much for being here. Share this with your internet best friends if you're feeling the vibes. I really appreciate you guys being here for the whole thing. Oh my gosh, this is a long one. Chief Big Dreams Genie of the internet is out. Woo!